As the first presenter of the group, I will start give my review or reaction towards the video that our group have been choose and watch for this group video reaction assignment from YouTube apps challenging the Islamophobia narrative from Sheikh Dr. Yasir Qadi. From this video, I've learned about how Islamophobia is becoming a big problem nowadays, especially when we look at how people were treated badly in the past, especially because of their differences. We strongly say that the wrong ideas about taking the law into one's own hands and committing violent acts are not what Islam teaches us. As a Muslim from a majority Muslim population country, I'm also strongly disagree with the French government and many people who are spreading hate in a mean and hurtful way. It's not okay when an artist or comedian is rude, but it's even worse when a whole government does it, especially to its own people. They say it's about freedom of speech, but we all know they wouldn't say the same if it was about making fun of another race or religion. If France keeps encouraging this hate without stopping it, it will end very badly. In history, when a government makes the majority turns against a minority and promotes hate against a whole group, it never ends well. France need to think, do they want to end up like Germany did 100 years ago? It's clear that us as a Muslim want to live peacefully with everyone else, just like millions of us have shown. But for that to happen, we need the same rights as everyone else, treated with respect and given the freedom to practice our religion just like everyone else. I will pass to Farzana, my other group member, to give her opinion about the video.
Okay, hello everyone. Let's talk about Islamophobia in France and how it affects people. Imagine you are living in a place where some folk face a discrimination just because of their faith. Well, that's what's happening with the Muslim communities in France. So first of all, I want to tell you about there's a problem with the jobs and school out there. Some Muslims find it tough to get a good job or have a fair opportunities in their education. That's not fair, right? It is like they are facing hardship just because of their belief to Allah. And it is getting worse when there are also hate crimes happening. Try to imagine you are going to your place of worship and then you are being afraid for your safety because your mosque has been attacked, and that's just not right. But it is like a double whammy, which is you need to face a discrimination in your daily life and then you need to face a violence too. So in this talk about Islamophobia has stirred up a big debate in France. Many people argue about what it means to be friends, about keeping religion separate from everything else, and how everyone fits into the bigger picture. It is also like a puzzle, but the pieces are not fitting together. Lastly, here are the things that we need to figure out a way to solve this. It's not about one group against another, but it's about how everyone finding a common group each other. We can do that by talking, learning about each other, and need to making sure everyone get a fair shot at a good life, no matter what they believe. So, let's work towards a France where diversity is celebrated, everyone is treated with kindness, and of course, we all can live together without fear of discrimination.
Based on the video, we can see that majority of people are brainwashed to think that Islam is terrorism, and Muslims also often being called as terrorists, even though we are not doing wrong thing. They ban Muslims from wearing their Muslim garment like hijab, and even the children are pulled out of school. So what are the solutions to prevent this from happen any further or become worse? First thing first, we need to know that Islamophobia happen because there are misconceptions about Islam and Muslim. So, educational institution or school need to educate and raise awareness by promoting education about Islam and its diverse traditions. By doing this, we can prevent the thought of Islam is terrorist from the core. Next, the Muslims themselves need to show good acts and act in well manner to reflect the beauty of Islam and show that Islam is peace religion. By proving ourselves, we can counter the negative stereotypes about Islam that have been around for a generation. In addition, media outlets also play a big role to prevent this issue, as many people form their perception and opinion based on the information and narrative they found and listen in the media. They should portray Muslim in good way and positive light. They also should be responsible in their reporting and avoiding sensationalism of Muslims. And the last one is government. Government as an institution that hold big authority should advocate for anti-discrimination laws and policies that protect individuals from religious discrimination. For example, when a Muslim applies for a job versus a non-Muslim, they will automatically prefer the one over the other. And this is already rampant in Europe, and we have in America as well. So implementing and enforcing strict regulation against such discrimination practice is essential to ensure equal opportunities for all individuals, regardless of their religion's background. And the next one, I pass to Mirza.
Thanks to my beloved Farzana and Iffah for explaining the consequences and how to overcome Islamophobia. But why is this issue happening in the first place? What is the main reason behind that? According to the video, the khutbah speech by Sheikh Dr. Yasir Qadi mentioned about the comparison or parallel between the rise of Islamophobia in the modern era and the historical discrimination experienced by the minority groups, which is Jews. It effectively analyzes several key themes highlighting the strategy of cultural alienation, which is used to portray minorities as different or threatening. What is cultural alienation? Cultural alienation refers to the process of devaluing or abandoning one's own culture or cultural background. Furthermore, it illuminates the propagation of falsehoods and misleading narratives to demonize this group, drawing parallel between the past accusation against Jews with the present claims against Muslims. The progression from cultural stigmatization to the enactment of discriminatory laws is highlighted, exemplified by ban or religious garment akin to historical restriction on Jewish practices. Moreover, the speech promotes a view of the situation and caution against the risk of exaggerated crimes, which is causing tension to rise, or even emphasizing the responsibility of government and media in worsening conflict. In the end, it is a story that serves as a warning, asking for patience and a critical eye to stop injustices from happening again, while also appealing to faith for a calm and collected reaction to the growing bigotry and discrimination.
What I want to conclude here is, as we know, Islamophobia has become a polemic issue. Across the world, Islam has been treated like a scapegoat, insulted and hated, especially in the countries like Germany, France, Netherlands and America. Do you know that in France, they have banned the hijabis in public school, and they also banned hijabis to enter the government public officer. This cannot be acceptable. Besides, this day, the politicians, they say that Muslims want to throw and change the constitution because they want to implement Sharia. They also say that Muslims are not here just to worship their God, but to establish system. They say that Muslims don't want peace for living. So this is the lie that they throw to people. This happened because after Islam come, the lifestyle is different. Islam brings a transformation that changes the way of life. For example, before Islam comes, women are not wearing hijab, and there is no practice of Sharia like zakat and hudud. So this is what they think. So to all the Muslim, we need to wake up. We need to protect our religion. As Muslim, we need to renew our iman by strengthening our ibadah and put our trust in Allah. We also need to involve in society by showing a good ethics that Islam teaches us so that we can change the perspective of people towards Islam. Lastly, I end this talk with Surah Ali Imran, verse 173, which means, those to whom hypocrites said, indeed, the people have gathered against you, so fear them. But it merely increased them in faith, and they said, sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs. I think that's all from us. Thank you.